As a climate envoy, I read all the reports of sea level rise, and that causes great concern in our country. We've been battling water for centuries, so we know how to deal with it. So we've raised our ambition in Europe as a whole to reduce CO2 or greenhouse gas emissions by 55%. But in the Netherlands, we then put policy of 60% to make sure we hit the target of 55%. So we take it very seriously. We're going to expand our offshore wind by 20 gigawatts, moving up to 70 gigawatts by 2050. So we take this very seriously, and we work with governments around the world to find solutions on climate action, but also to give the right example ourselves. One of the areas we're working on together is green hydrogen. So there's a great potential of green hydrogen production in the UAE, and we have a great need of import of green hydrogen to overcome our dependence on fossil fuels, but also the whole supply chain of green hydrogen will have to be developed. Port development, green energy development, hydrogen shipping, and all the way to the customers. So that whole supply chain is something we can work with the UAE, and also sustainable aviation fuels and many other derivatives of hydrogen. So the UAE plays a great role this year, being the presidency of the COP, and we really want to raise the ambition to make sure that each COP makes a step forward, but we need to accelerate our steps, both on the formal negotiations, but also on the informal side, on partnerships, to find solutions that can be accelerated to really reach our targets. I think Dr. Sultan has a great advantage that he's set up Master Cities, who really knows about renewable societies, industries, business going forward. Then he's been in government, so he understands the government perspective, and now he also knows the oil and gas sector well. And we need all sectors to work together to make the transition. If you look at the investments in renewable energy, it's the oil and gas companies that know about project management. They have got the finance, the cash flow to do it, and the risk appetite to develop it. What we need is to get the companies to invest way more of their portfolio into renewable energy and really make a shift away from fossil fuels into more diverse energy sources. And I think he has a great role to play, because he actually understands the whole market, and he could bring the oil and gas companies on board to greater commitments. And I think that's a great opportunity at this COP, which we haven't had before. The second opportunity is more broader, the private sector. The private sector never played a key role during the global summits, because they were about governments. And I think it's a great opportunity here in UAE to really give the private sector the role that they need as a partner in the transition towards a green economy. If it was just my life, you say, well, let's see what the future brings. But if you're really responsible for the next generation, a whole different perspective comes in. So I hope we do reach, and I think we will reach our targets with all the efforts that we need to stay under 1.5 degrees Celsius. And I hope also that we see nature not as a commodity, but as a partner, because it is nature that is actually absorbing 50% of human emitted greenhouse gases. And we need to let nature regenerate and give it space. So I hope that my children will have space in nature also to enjoy. My personal commitment as a diplomat is not to focus on all the conflict that arises and tensions around climate change and resource scarcity and all the difficulties, but actually to focus on those who are willing to work together towards solutions. And there's a huge surge of people wanting to find solutions, and it's with these people that I would like to shape the future, our common future.